Good morning, folks. We'll be starting in just a second. Oh, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Let's say hello to everybody. We got Harriam, we got Devin, we got Culpable, we got Brendan. Good morning, Brendan. We got Jody, Ivan, Rihanna, Dr. Luke, Dave, Stacy, Pete, Bob. We got Javad, we got Jeff, we got Sean, we got Jill. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Jill. We got Scorp 007, we got Mark, we got Chris, Dave, George, Graham, Cheese Grate Trader, Sapster, Steven, Sherman, Leo, Lloyd, Minnesota Matt is in the house, Al, Scotty, Pina, Jeremiah, Dave is here, Hopium Addict, Brian. Good morning, Brian. Good to see you here. The Sassy Trainer, Art, Adrian, Robert, Carlos is in the house. Bull Rider. Good morning, Carlos. Mark, Vernon, Frank, Charlie, Bernie, Stefan, Mind, Dragon Don, ex retired police chief. Don is here. Sin, Vince, Wayne, Dave, BHA Drush. I can't pronounce your name, buddy. BHA. I'll just call you BHA. Or 8948. High Grounders here. Davis here. Mr. Beef is here. Jesse's in the house. Roy, Mary, Stan, Julio, Brian. Texas Kirk. Good morning, Texas Kirk. Karen the Shark is in the house. She had a good day yesterday. We got Alpha Diaz here. We got Solaire. We got Todd. We got Susan. We got Keith. We got Penny. Good morning, Penny. Piet de Brock from the Netherlands. We got Trader Momo here. Infinitely NQ. Good morning, Infinitely. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. We got Ray. We got RL Jones. Trader Joe here. RL Jones, Trader Joe. Good morning, Trader Joe. We got the Gophers set 6 more weeks off. Okay, Mr. 8948. SJL is here. Scott is here. Don is here. Becky's here. Mr. Costa Blanca. 63 degrees. I love that. We have about, let's see what we got. We got about 43 right now. Steve, Acme football kicker. Bob, good morning. Randy, William, good morning, William. Gregory, Genevieve, Danny's here. Paul is here. Ralph is here. Russ is here. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Cheers. Paul is here. Hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody's doing well. Got a lot of people here this morning. All right. So let's get into our analysis. Other than small caps, and Q only now, other than small caps, hell, every pre-market. Very nice. I'm glad to hear that infinitely. So nice to see you here. Good morning, Richie. Scotty, Jill, Groundhog Day, huh? Woodstock Willie, he says early spring. 31 degrees in Dr. Phil in Orlando. Yeah, I like Dr. Phillips. I was there about 7 years ago. Great area. Really nice area, Trader Momo. I like that area quite a bit. Good morning, Sandy. Ruth, Eagle Beagle. Yesterday class, spent all morning so far reviewing and memorizing the lesson. It was a very good class yesterday. Mike, Gene, Next Gen, Gary, good morning. Let me throw some links up real quick. So, and please let me know if my links are not sticking. They should be sticking, but just in case. Krishna, Duzzy, Ivan, Bob, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Here's a link to my VIP room. Today, I will be talking about, let me tell you my agenda for the VIP room. Thought I had a pretty good agenda, actually. Okay, my favorite day trading setups, how to take bigger profits on AlphaZone Pro, and we're going to be making our first major update to AlphaZone Pro actually, in regards to that. I'll talk about that more. We're going to be taking bigger profits. When is the best time to day trade the left side? When is the best time to trade the right side of AlphaZone Pro? How we derive major levels using AlphaZone Pro. I never told you how we get those levels. I'm going to talk about that today. The pros and cons of using options versus e-minis. There's a pros and cons. And I'm going to give you guys top stocks. So I have a really good agenda today. A really good agenda for you. And we'll talk about the Master Blaster oscillator as well. So we have a really good agenda for you guys. I posted the link. And again, here's the link for customer service here, a VIP room again. Here it is. There it goes. Good morning, Michael, Walter, Harry. We're going to be starting right now. And here's my Telegram link. If you guys don't know where to get the goodies, here's my Telegram. 85 in LA? Oh my God, Carlos, that's illegal. That should be illegal. Diamond Jen, good morning. Michael, Walter, Kevin. That's right. Turnaround Tuesday. That's right. And here is Customer Service Live. Okay. So you got all the links, and I don't know what they're going to be showing today. Cam and Gustavo have to fill us in. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Manuel, Kai, Steve, Trader Momo. Good morning, everybody. Speaking of 1080p, please, please, please make sure you're watching, not on auto. Don't settle for auto. Go to 1080p like I just did. Make sure you're at 1080p, okay? And if you don't mind, give us one thumbs up. Give us one thumbs up. It helps us with viewership on Google. Like that's what they tell me. I don't know. Anyways, all right. The market is looking really nice this morning. I like technology. Tech is starting to come up. This is a little bit beyond random. This is pretty random, but so far so good. I didn't do any trades yesterday. I mean, I did trades for swing trades. I didn't do any day trades or any pit trades yesterday. I wanted to wait till today because of earnings and all of that stuff. So I'm just chilling back. I think we've had like 45 or 50 winners in a row, including yesterday in the pit. So I'm not really concerned about quantity. I'm concerned about quality. Okay. TradingView Taco Tuesday, thinking of doing Alpha Zone with market internals and TradingView. That would be fantastic, Goose. Thank you. That would help me out a lot. Market sessions are recorded. Yes, they're recorded. Thanks for all the help, folks. I appreciate it. So far, I like what I'm seeing. I really do like what I'm seeing. Now, I got some bad news for all of you. I do have some bad news. Remember, I was really happy that the delayed sign is off. Well, I turned on TC2. I turned this on this morning, and I see a delayed sign here, and I see a delayed sign here. Well, guess what? This partial government shutdown that they're having right now is delaying these reports. And that's like one of the worst things that could happen. I was really hopeful that this thing wouldn't develop into this, and this is exactly what it's developing into. Now, we saw this yesterday. Notice you didn't see this delay here, and you didn't see this delay here. Now we have a delay. So I'm really pissed off about this because this causes the Fed to do this. And we don't like when the Fed does that, okay? Yeah, I don't like this. This is really bad. So we're not going to get the jolts tomorrow. And we're not, we're not going to get the jolts today. We're still going to get the ADP report tomorrow, which is actually going to be a really big report now that the employment situation is not going to be here on Friday. Yeah, so I want to make sure you guys are all hearing this, okay? This is important. This is a big surprise. Not a good one. Delayed. All of a sudden, they're blocking us. Look at that. Delayed. And I read on bar chart, as you'll see, why they delayed. So I know the reason why. It's not a conspiracy theory. But this is really bad because, once this data comes back in, it doesn't have that same impact. Okay? As far as earnings, folks, we've got AMD. We've got Pfizer. You've got Merck. You got Pepsi. And then tomorrow, you got Google and Qualcomm. So the next 24 hours are going to be huge, huge. And then Amazon. After Thursday, things get a little bit better. Okay? After Thursday, things get a little bit better. But just know we have major earnings in the next 3 days, including AMD, PayPal, Pepsi, Pfizer, Merck, Google, Qualcomm, ARM, AbbVie, Amazon, Roblox. We got a lot of earnings coming our way, okay? We've got a lot of earnings coming our way. So we got to be really careful, okay? And we'll talk about all the ones we need to pay attention to today. Okay, bond market. I hate to say I told you so, but we have a completed A line now to the downside with a new lower low. I told you about it here. I told you about it here, actually. I told you about it here. I told you about it here. I told you about it here yesterday. And now we are at a new low. Okay. So this is not good. This is very, very poor. This is very bad. I don't like this at all, actually. At all. Here, let's continue this trend line here. Because what that does is it puts us right in this base right here. And I don't like that. So we have a little more room here. We have a little more downside room here, but this is very bad. And you have a completed A line with a possible breakdown a little further. Either way you look at it, me don't like this. I don't like this at all. This is not a great pattern right now. Yeah, this is why I was trying to tell you, Trader Momo, this is what I was trying to tell you. Yesterday, I was really happy. I was like, hey, guys, thank God this government shutdown is going to go away and it's not going to give us delayed reports again. And all of a sudden, I looked up at this morning and I see this delay sign, which means we're not getting these reports, Trader Momo. Basically, I'm saying the same thing you're saying. All right, US dollar, US dollar. US dollar is still going up, but it looks like it's pausing. It's having a hard time getting above this 15-day EMA. And then you have the VWAP here, and then you have two moving averages. I think we're going to start crapping out. I want to be wrong, and I want to see us go above here, but I don't think it's going to happen. This doesn't look very stable to me right here. This doesn't look very stable. And with the US dollar, with the interest rates going down, we are getting a little bit of a boost here, but not that much. So lower yield, not great for the bond market. Just FYI. Gold. Hey, do you guys remember somebody drew this line for you right here? Do you remember? And when we were here and when we were going up here, and I told you we have to come back to the trajectory. We're back at the trajectory now. Okay. On gold. Now, what about silver? Hey, I thought you'd never ask. And I don't follow silver. I'm just doing this for you guys because you guys follow silver. So let me show you how far back that level is. So you got your first support right here, right? But let me show you. This is the trajectory right here, right here. Look, here, let me show you gold so you could see you could see it via perspective. See, this is the first trajectory right here, and we broke through it. This is the main trajectory right here, the 200-day line right here on gold. So this is the first trajectory here. You could see it right here. So this is the first trajectory right here, right here. If we can't hold this trajectory in the next week or two, if we start breaking down here, this is the next trajectory, okay? This is the next traversion right here. Now, silver, hopefully this is helpful to you guys. Now, silver, let me show you. You've got a couple of trajectories. You got this one right here, which we broke. And then you've got this one right here. And to me, if we break this 200, we're going to go right here. And then we have an opportunity to start building again. But this right here, this is called emotional buying right here. And emotional buying does not sustain itself. And yes, I've been trying to tell you that all the way from here, every single day. Okay? Right. And please don't coming to me, crying to me, saying you didn't tell us. Every single day. I just used gold as an example, but I always tell you they move exactly the same way. So you've got quite a trajectory here. You got quite a trajectory here. right here, 200-day line. If this breaks, 200-day line right here. Crude oil. Remember I told you that I didn't think this was going to have much I showed you how we're in a downtrend, and I showed you how these levels they keep breaking every time we come up here, and then we're going to come down here. Remember this? I drew this for you, and now we touch the upper end, and we're coming back down. The odds are we're going to traverse all the way down, or maybe stop at the 50-day moving average. But we're going to come down here. It seems like okay. Is this helpful to you guys? Is this helpful to you? Want to go fast says it is emotional buying or systematic change in the value of the underlying asset based on what's going on. No, it's just emotional buying. No, don't read into it. There's nothing going on in the world right now. Same thing that's always going on in the world. People's emotions don't change. This is nonsense right here. People's emotions don't change. And if it's based on something, it wouldn't be breaking down like this. Okay. All right. No, 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 I want to go fast. It's just emotional buying that happens every 10, 15 years. Yeah. Remember, according to our president, everything is great in the world. There's no problems. Everything is peachy. So why should this change anyway? All right. Bitcoin. Remember, I told you the odds are these breaks, usually we consolidate for a couple of days and continue going lower. Hefe, you know I'm being sarcastic, right? Our president says everything is great. So, yeah. But anyway, that is FOMO. That's just FOMO. Sustain that kind of buying doesn't sustain. Long-term buying has to build very slowly based on fundamentals. That's not fundamental change. You're going to tell me that gold had a change. You're going to tell me that this is funny. Look at silver. You're going to tell me that silver had a fundamental change right here? This is a fundamental change in 20 days? What was the fundamental change? Tell me. What was it? I'd like to know what it was. Did something happen over here that we didn't know about over here? No. No, this is called emotional buying that happens all the time. Okay. And I told you it was going to happen, and I told you it was happening, and I told you what was going to be the reaction, and guess what? I was 100% correct. All you had to do was open your ears and listen. Okay. They do that anytime volatility goes up. Yeah. Don't try to rationalize it. Just go with the trend. Okay, Bitcoin breaking down, not good for Bitcoin. And remember what I told you, usually these moves, these prolonged moves tend to lead to good breakouts, strong breakouts. Okay? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. People are amazing. Ted says silver had a fundamental change in opinion. Really? Okay. 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 You know more than I do. China is coming off again. China is coming off. China is coming off. And this is still the most liquid asset that trades China. I checked yesterday, so we don't really have much of a choice. Kane recommended the S&P 500. I prefer just to use this. This is the 50 biggest ones. All right. Does anybody want to talk catalysts? Talk about catalysts. Catalysts? Catalysts. What are our catalysts? We have Minnesota Matt. I'll start talking at this, and I'm assuming we're going to have a couple of guys coming in hot. Dr. Luke, that's how you learn to trade. That attitude will that if you come in with that attitude, Dr. Luke, you may actually get something out of this. But people who have opinions, oh boy, whoo, I love opinions. I love opinions. Folks, the only one that gets an opinion is price action. Nobody else gets an opinion. The price action tells us everything about everybody's opinion. Okay. Yeah, Gregory, I agree with you on that. Okay. Matt's coming in hot as usual. Infotech, oh yeah, big time infotech today, right? Chips, consumer discretionary, consumer staples, healthcare, industrial, energy, fintech, and Japan. He's got them all. Matt, you want to move over here, hang out with me and Matt, do this every morning? You could have a lot of fun. Scorp, I love that. Scorp 007. I love that. Infotech, chips, semi, consumer discretionary, other stuff too. Matt's got it right. There's a lot of stuff coming today, folks. There's a lot of stuff on the table today. Charlie's coming in hot and heavy. Fed, not China, but Japan. Infotech, chips, healthcare, consumer discretionary, consumer staples, financial. You're pretty much mimicking in Minnesota, Matt. The only one you don't have is industrial. Palantir is also industrial stock, just FYI. It's infotech, but it's industrial. Yeah, if you ever pass this area, uh, come on by, Minnesota Matt. I'll buy you lunch. We'll hang out together. It'll be fun. So those Minnesota Matt and Charles have them pretty good, and Scorp is not bad either. He just doesn't have all of them. But yeah, I do have those as well. I have infotech, chips, consumer discretionary, consumer staples, healthcare, industrial, energy, fintech in Japan. Japan. Okay, let's talk. Matt, which stock are you calling for consumer staples? Where are you getting the consumer staples? Just post that here so I know where you're getting your consumer staples from. I want to check to make sure that it's kosher, okay? Because I missed consumer staples and I want to make sure you got it right. But seeing that you and Charlie both have consumer staples, I probably missed something. Okay. S&P is trending nicely. The Dow is diverging. This is going to give us a little juju today. As you guys know, I don't like divergence in the market. It causes fragmentation because you got institutions with some Pepsi. Duh. Thank you. I didn't know what Pepsi was this morning. I thought Pepsi was last night. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. If that's not a consumer the staples, I don't know what is. All right. So Palantir kicked ass. Palantir surged over 11%, and Palantir is an infotech and it is an industrial stock. Just it's a double whammy. Precious metals are bouncing. Gold jumped more than 5%. Very nice. That helps China. Fresh batch of corporate earnings and Federal Reserve officials is on its way. Coca-Cola too? Really? Okay. Okay. Double whammy there. Chip stocks advanced yesterday with Micron and Intel. I liked Micron yesterday. I almost took Micron yesterday. Teradyne rose 3% after they were upgraded and earnings came out. Walt Disney, the big rat, slumped. Bad earnings. That's consumer discretionary. ISM was really good. Like really, really good. Like excellent. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate you. Really good yesterday. That helped. Following the manufacturing data, traders slightly paired expectations of a Fed rate cut, have priced in 91 probability of no change and a 9% chance of a rate cut in March. The next cut is expected in July, which is exactly what I was trying to tell you guys. That's when I think we're going to get. Remember, I said June, July. I always forget when they meet, but this is when I think they're going to happen. I think this is going to happen right here. I think this will give us reasonable time to see where we stand. Okay. And I mean, anything can change, but I think this is a pretty accurate timeline right here, July. And I'm usually wrong by one. So they're usually ahead or past me by one. Yeah, PayPal is down quite a bit. Yeah, that's Infotech. Remember I said that I don't expect, do you guys remember in December I gave you an update for this year and last year I told you that in December of 2024, January of 2025, I told you that I thought Infotech was going to be the number one sector of 2025. It was the number one sector in 2025. But when we had the new in 2025 turning point, I told you that I did not think that that the infotech is going to be the number one sector. And I'm still sticking to that. I don't think it is. I think chips may still get up there, but I don't think infotech is going to be the number one sector. And I told you that, and I'm sticking to my theory. Atlanta President Bostic said on Monday, we have so much momentum in the U.S. economy that the Fed needs to keep the policy. Yeah, we need to just kind of we need to let things breathe a little. Really, that's probably the best way to put it. We need to kind of let things breathe a little, okay? On the trade front, Trump said on Monday that U.S. will cut the so-called reciprocal tariffs on India. That's great. Trump also said that Prime Minister Modi agreed to stop purchasing oil. This is really good. And buy more from U.S. and potentially from Venezuela. That will be interesting. Meaning buying more from U.S. here and buying more from U.S. here. Yes, yes, I'm not politically correct. Means potentially buying from us here and us over here. Okay. All right. Bloomberg reported the commitment would result in a removal of the extra 25% tariff on India tied to oil purchases, which would be fantastic. Meanwhile, the partial U.S. government shutdown has entered its fourth day. I am hating this. The House committee easily moved the funding package forward, setting up for the floor vote today. If the full House passes the funding, which I think they will, it'll sign into law. The partial government shutdown will end. But, but the Bureau of Labor Statistics will not publish the January jobs report on Friday as scheduled due to the partial government shutdown. The release will be rescheduled upon the resumption of the government funding. Now, which means JOLTS is not coming out today, and that means Friday's report is not coming out today. And I am pissed off because this report is really important. So now we have to rely on the ADP report, which is only accurate about 50% of the time. So I'm really upset about this. I don't know if you can tell, but Clyde and I are very angry about this. This makes our job more complicated. And nobody likes their job more complicated, especially Clyde. Fourth quarter earnings are coming out. You got AMD, you got Merck, you got Pepsi, you got Amgen, you got Pfizer. We're not expecting 8.4. Alexander, if you're reading this, you need to not be so lazy and you need to update this, my friend. We're now at 13.3. I gave you the update yesterday. If I can get you a real update, Alexander can give you an update too. But this is what was baked in beginning of the year, quarter. Now we have over 200 stocks that have reported, and we're now at 13.13, which is really good compared to 7.9 or 8.4. We're going to hear from Fed speakers today. They're pretty much all on the same page. They kind of want to see how things shake out right now. And I'm in exactly in the same boat. And I do believe we're going to be in a good enough place to start lowering once again in the summer, but not before that. You would think the reports are already done. You would think, right? You would think. And remember, it's not Matt. It's not the government data. It's not what they say. We just have to go with it and assume it's real because that's what the market's pricing in. So whether it's real or not doesn't really matter. We need a baseline. You understand? Europe is up 0.25. Risk on sentiment fueled by yesterday's gains on Wall Street, recovery on metal, if you want to call it that. Mining stocks outperformed. China closed higher, clawing back some of the previous session's losses as sentiment improved. Precious metal. Everybody's talking about precious metal. It's really driving global economy right now. Japan closed sharply higher, hit a new record high today. Rebound in precious metals, strong earnings from tech stocks. Japanese equities also followed U.S. stocks higher as Wall Street was lifted by strong manufacturing reading that underscores the resilience of the U.S. economy. It sure does. Palantir, AMD, Tesla, Teradyne, look at this, 22%. And this is not an S&P 500 stock. And we already have tons of semiconductors, so not really. This is just going to kind of offset the gains here. Let me turn on TC 2000 to kind of see what the market's doing right now. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Me too, Hefe. Also, folks, remember, customer VIP room right here at lunchtime. Lunchtime. Here, let me move this here. Lunchtime. Ooh, the car is looking good today. I like it. Okay. Yeah, I went flat. I didn't do anything in the pit yesterday. I was really nervous about the market, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't. Okay. So here's TC 2000. Let's see what the bond market's doing. The bond market's going slightly lower. Slightly lower. Okay. Let me start off by giving you momentum. Again, NASDAQ. NASDAQ is bothering me. Dow's looking good. Russell is looking good. S&P is looking great. The NASDAQ is bothering me. This is really, really bothering me. And this has a lot of infotech. This has a lot of infotech in it. Okay. So this is not getting, the momentum levels are not getting any better. Put the call ratio. Well, I got to be honest with you. We're still sticky, very sticky to overextend it to the upside. And if we go up today, I think this may break down here, but we are starting to get a little cautious. This is one of the reasons why I didn't want to go long yesterday. That we're starting to get a little ahead of ourselves, just a little bit. Okay, and with all these earnings, I want to be extra careful. Um, this is the SPX. I'm using the SPX because the SPY has a bad candle today, as you could see right here, and it's distorting everything. See that? This is messing with me today. They'll fix it, but so I'll just using SPX, okay? It does the same thing. So here's the SPX. Nice little reversal here. Nice little reversal. See how the SPY is actually looking right here. You know what? You could see the SPY right here. We're all the way in the upper end of this range. And if we break out of here, we're going to make a new high. So the SPY is actually looking really nice right now. Okay. QQQ. QQQ is looking nice. That's an A line on the QQQ. Look. It's a very nice A line on the QQQ right here. So QQQ is looking okay. SMH is looking beautiful. This is a beauty right here. That's very, very nice. It's a very nice look. Very nice look right here. IWM, if we can get above here, we got an A line. Not above here, that's a second high. See, high, high, high. So we got to get above here for an A line. But it's bouncing off of my trend line, which is keying off of a low. So I like what I'm seeing so far, as long as this doesn't continue moving like this and moves up here. So this can either come down here or come up here. I want to see this come up here above 266.66. Okay. Momentum levels. Momentum levels. Let's see. You've got pretty good momentum to the upside, 191, and to the downside, 196. You've got plenty of stocks, 220, 141. So you have good momentum right now. Good momentum. The market is not fragmented at all right now. Okay. Nice Naples fan. Very good. I'm glad to hear that. Good. Everybody closed it for a good profit yesterday in the morning as well. So momentum levels are not looking bad. What about sectors? Are they fragmented or are they starting to make sense? Well, whenever you see semiconductors and consumer staples next to each other, you know something is off, right? This is one of the most defensive sectors, and this is one of the most speculative sectors. They shouldn't be together. Industrial, communication, financial, QQQ, consumer discretionary, biotech, mid caps, technology. I mean, you still have, it's looking a little better. It's looking better, but consumer staples being here and energy being here are not that great. I'd prefer to see consumer discretionary here. I'd prefer to see, where's Infotech? Where's Infotech? Where's Infotech? Communication right here. That's Infotech. That actually is already up here. So it's looking okay. It's looking better. Look how it looked yesterday. You had consumer discretionary here, you had technology here, you had QQQ here, and today they're actually a little higher up. Look, QQQ's now on this part, communication is here. Consumer discretionary went from here to here. So this is making it's looking better. It's looking better, but consumer staples shouldn't be here and energy shouldn't be here. But everything else is looking okay. So momentum is improving. Momentum is improving. Yes, it is, Hefe. It is. It is. What Hefe is saying is absolutely true right now. The bond market is what I don't like. This is a big problem right here. And this is causing the Russell to not be up here. Very true. Very, very true. But it's not doing anything for chip stocks, which is great. All right, let me give you guys levels. Let me give you guys levels. I know you guys like my levels, and we'll be talking about those levels again in the VIP room today, just like we did yesterday. And hopefully you guys are getting value out of this. Make sure you guys get value out of this. It's no good if I'm the only one that's getting value out of this. Um, let's let's not be so optimistic. Let's not be so ambitious. Here. There we go. That's it. Okay, I'm going to give you all of these levels right now. I don't know why we started with the spot with the QQQ, but yeah, started with the QQQ today. Okay. QQQ levels. SPY, let's do SPY levels. Just to give you something else to work with. I can't go much higher than this, but that's about it. Yeah, that'll give you enough to work with. And if we break out, use this as support to key off, like I showed you yesterday. Again, in the VIP room. SPY levels. We got SMH. Ooh, look at SMH, how nice it looks. That's a nice trend right there. Nice directional move overnight. Okay. That'll keep you guys busy for a while. Okay, and I'm posting all of these for you in the main Telegram channel. SMH levels. Let's get TLT levels. Look how sloppy this trading action was overnight. Very sloppy, very difficult to draw these levels because price action was so damn sloppy. Very sloppy. Look at this. I want to show you guys something. If we break this level, look at that. For a month, there's nothing here. Look at that. Notice, folks, if we break this level, look to the left. There's nothing here going back a full month. A full month, look. Huh, that's not good. So you got some stuff here. Let me just see something real quick here. 15-minute bars. Yeah, you don't have anything there. That's a real, this is bad. Let's look at 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour. Woo! All the way back. Look at this. All the way back in September. We'd have to go all the way back to September. Wow. So that's a pretty significant level right here. That's a pretty significant level, folks. That's something I would keep an eye on. That's definitely something I would keep an eye on. Okay, let me draw these. Let me point this for you. Be careful with this bond market. If the bond market keeps going down, your mortgage payments are going to get higher. It's not good for housing market, interest rates, and none of that stuff. Okay, here is TLT bond market. So I think we got everything. We got the bond market, we got SMH, we got SPY, and we got QQQ. I just didn't do it. Oh, Russell 2000. I just didn't do it in the right order. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I could live with that. Okay. I'm making these pictures full size of my monitor, okay? Uh, IWM Russell 2000. Here, let me just make a little note on the bond market here. Keep eye on the low. If we break it, we haven't been down there since September of last year. Okay? Just made a little note for you guys right here on the bonds. We haven't been there since September of last year. We got a lot of questions here. Uh, your spy levels are very valuable. You're welcome, Hefe. Moondog, what's the? I'll talk about that in the VIP room today. Profit target levels. Hey, Bob, thank you for that. RS Gen, please share earnings for this week. I did. I did already. And here, I'll give them to you again. Here are the earnings for this week. I posted them in the Telegram channel all the time for you guys. Let's see. Question of bonds going down more than likely stocks going up. I don't think it has anything to do with bonds going down. It depends on the stocks. It depends on the industry. It's not completely like if this goes down, this goes up. It depends. It depends on a lot of factors. What I don't like today, by the way, is I don't like the fact that this is flat, the Dow is flat, and the SPY is up. Nasdaq is up 140. That causes divergence. Just FYI. Okay. Let me give you stocks that I'm looking at, and I actually do have quite a lot of stocks to the upside and downside. Yesterday, I was struggling to find stocks to the upside. Now, a lot of these stocks may be repeaters. If you see me repeating stocks, that's just me saying I hate to say I told you so. That means that we're still seeing the same thing. Nothing has changed. Okay. So for the 100th time, Netflix. Yes, it's still going down. How many times have I told you Netflix for a short? Look how well it's respecting this area. How many times? 20 times, 30 times now? I'm not kidding. I'm not being sarcastic. How many times have I given you Netflix in the last 2 months? 20 times? I could probably go back and find it, but it's probably 20, 30 times, and it's still a short. Okay. Oracle. Look at this. Oracle. How many times have I given it to you? Still at the 8 days, still not running away with the circus. SoFi breaking the 200. Wait for it to break this level right here. MSTR. Lost count. Okay. Yep, that's right, Hefe. How about MSTR? Look at this thing. That's a beauty right there. RGTI. Nice break of the 200 there. Hims. How many times, folks? How many times? SE, I think I gave this to you yesterday. Still very nice short. Docs, nice short. These are all swing shorts, by the way, folks, and they are all ready to go. Every one of these. And they've been ready to go for weeks now. This is a little choppy. I would say be careful here with this one, but the rest of them are very nice. Now, I want to show you an interesting one. Now, I want to show you guys, I want to teach you something here. So this is a cheap stock, right? It's a $10 stock, right? So but hold on one second. I want to show you this. Let's go back 5 years. See how at one point the stock was a 40, 50, 40, $50 stock, and now it's a $10? Those stocks make really good shorts. Now you're probably saying, well, Roger, what if I find a long stock that used to be at 100 and is now at $10? No, no, no. You don't want to buy longs that way. You want to buy longs that used to be at $10 and are now at $50. But shorting stocks that are cheap, as long as they were expensive at one point, is not a bad idea. It's actually very much in line with what we do, because what it's telling us is that institutions have been, over time, just selling this stock. And look, they've been selling this stock. Now, I don't usually go very much below $10. I really don't. I don't know why. Just my scanners just don't seem to find that many of them. But oftentimes I'll find a stock that it used to be 15 or 30 or 80 and is now at $10. And those are great shorts. Now, another thing about this stock, when I looked at the premium yesterday, the in the money option did not have any implied volatility. Basically, you were able to get this at the money for intrinsic value. So whenever you can take a short for intrinsic value, you're actually getting a deal. So I didn't give this to you guys yesterday because I didn't want to explain all that to you. But if I give this to you as a bonus now, you will understand why. Okay. And anyway, I like the stock to the short side. And I mean, you could probably see why. And again, stocks that used to be very expensive. You know how I say don't trade stocks under $20? Don't stay trade. Well, to the long side. To the short side, if you have a stock that's $10, as long as it didn't start out at $10, if it started out at $10 and it's at $8 right now, that's not a great short. You want a short and usually you'll find that at some point in time, those stocks were over $20. So if you find a short that's less than $20, but has a really good look to it, and the stock was over $20 at some point in time, that's a really good short. Okay. So sorry, I just wanted to remember the one showed yesterday, beautiful long chart, but the price was only $10. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. So I just want to make sure you guys understand that, okay? I want to make sure you guys understand that. Okay. Now let's look at our long stocks. UPS. Yeah, Richie and I were having fun with these yesterday all day. UPS for a bullish move. Applied Materials. Be careful with chip stocks right now. You got AMD and all that, but these stocks still look very, very nice. This is a very nice look right here. That's an A line, right? Again, I don't know when earnings on Applied Materials are, probably really soon, unless they already happened. But that's an A line right there. By the way, SMH, I already mentioned to you, SMH has an A line. So it wouldn't be surprising that the top stocks in SMH also have an A line, like Applied Materials. Yeah, a lot of folks are like, Roger, exactly, Harold. T-Dog, that's a great example. Although I'd be, Harold, I don't have a good feel for shorting stocks that are already at $5. I seem to kind of get cut off at the $8, $9 range, in $8, $9, $10. Once it goes to five, there's just not much downside there. But yeah, in theory, that's exactly what we're talking about. Look at this nice A line right there. That's very, very nice. Here, let me just see something here. Okay, Micron also, by the way, that's a nice look right there. Estee Lauder. Yesterday, there was hardly any stocks to the upside, but we had a boost yesterday. And today, we have a nice A line in Estee Lauder. DD, nice look right here. If it goes up, not down. IR, got to get out of here pretty soon. Nice little move right there. BK, little financial there, holding on really well, actually. And it already is above this line right here. We just need to go a little bit higher, and we'll have a nice little reversal right here. BWA, I like this stock quite a bit. Just needs to get a little bit above this area. That may be a good for a diagonal, actually. Let me make a little DOV. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud as I'm sitting here doing all this with you guys. Thanks, Bob. Look at that, 738 people. That's fantastic. Dove needs to get above this line, but it looks good. WAB. That's a nice look. Merck. I think Merck has earnings, though, but we actually got stopped out of this stock, and we got stopped out right here, and it is what it is. It lost more than 50%. We got out. RF, can't win them all. RF, CSX. That's a nice look. That's a Jacksonville company, by the way. Their office is here in downtown. And Dow. Okay. All right. Yeah, I figured. Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate that. My name's not Bonnie, but my name is Roger. But oh, Bonnie, your name is Bonnie. An A-line stock is a stock that is moving very fast, consolidates for a little while, and then starts moving again. Here, this is a really beautiful A-line right here. Yesterday, I couldn't get it off. I really wanted to take this trade, but I couldn't get it off yesterday. This is an A-line right here. Okay, perfect A-line. All right, folks. Let me give you links one more time. Here's my VIP room where I'll be talking about day trading today and how you could start day trading. You want me to check Bank of America? Okay. We took profit in Bank of America yesterday. Looks good. It needs to get above this level. Once it gets, here's what we like. We like this one better than Bank of America right now. Right here. It's a little ahead of Bank of America. Okay. So that's the VIP room. Here's my Telegram channel. And folks, today I will be giving you all new stocks in the VIP room. Thanks, Spider Monkey. Appreciate that. Trucking stock skyrocketed. Energy prices went down. And here is Customer Service Live, where today is Taco Tuesday scanner. We're going to be talking about scanners, which is perfect. Perfect. You want me to look at KRE? I'll take a quick look. I really do have to get out of here. I have to service people for the small caps. Looks great. Looks really good. A little choppy, but looks very good. I like it, Hefe. I like it. And you wanted me to look at GME? I'll take a quick look. And then I got to go. Looks like a nice breakout. I don't really trade this stock much. This is more of a Lances kind of thing. I would be really careful with this, especially with interest rates going higher. Folks, have a great day. Here's my email address, roger@rogerscott.com. Please feel free to email me with trading questions, and I will talk to you later. Have a fantastic day today. Bye, everybody. Stay warm. Please stay warm, and don't be discouraged. Be patient. We're in earnings right now. Things are a little slower. We got to land a lot of landmines right now. Thanks, Shermans. A lot of landmines, and we got to be careful. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. I appreciate you guys cheering me up today as usual. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. Please be careful. I like the market. What's bothering me is this. What's bothering me is the fact that chips are up a lot and the Dow is negative 13, and that causes a little bit of this friction. Fr- like one step forward, two steps back, this kind of trading action. So let's be careful. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Bye, guys.